We need to talk about Jimmy. For over 2 decades, he's been the guy who tucks America in at night. He's the prankster, the voice of reason in a chaotic world, and the cool dad of late-night TV. But if you've been watching closely lately, and I mean really watching, you might have noticed that the laughter sometimes doesn't quite reach his eyes. Yesterday, the news broke that Jimmy officially signed a contract extension to stay on ABC through 2027. Fans breathed a sigh of relief. But buried under that headline is a much deeper, more emotional story that explains why he almost walked away. It wasn't just contract negotiations or money. It was a health battle, mental, physical, and emotional, that he's been fighting privately while the cameras were rolling. The moment the mask slipped. Let's be real for a second. We often forget that the people on our screens are human. We see the suits, the jokes, and the celebrity guests, and we assume their lives are perfect. But recently, Jimmy let the mask slip. For years, rumors have swirled about Jimmy retiring. He's hinted at it, joked about it, and sometimes, he's looked downright exhausted. But the scare that had insiders whispering wasn't a sudden injury or a dramatic ambulance ride. It was something far more relatable, and honestly, far more terrifying. Burnout born from trauma. Jimmy has been living in a state of high-alert anxiety that most of us can't even imagine. And he kept it hidden behind a monologue. The heart of the matter, literally. To understand Jimmy's health struggle, you have to look at the source of his deepest pain. We all remember the monologue, the tearful, shaking voice of a father telling the world that his newborn son, Billy, had a congenital heart defect. It was a moment that changed late-night TV forever. It turned Jimmy from a comedian into an advocate. But what we didn't see was the aftermath. While Billy is doing great now, celebrating his 8th birthday this year and recovering well from his 3rd open-heart surgery in 2024, the toll on Jimmy has been cumulative. Medical PTSD is real. Living with the constant, low-humming fear that your child's heart might stop is a physical weight that crushes you over time. Jimmy admitted in candid moments that the stress is physical. It's the kind of stress that spikes your cortisol, ruins your sleep, and ages you in fast forward. When he talks about running out of gas, he's not just talking about jokes. He's talking about his body saying, enough. The breaking point, 2025. This year, 2025, has been a beast for Kimmel. Just a few months ago, in September, he faced a massive career crisis, a suspension that took him off the air. For a workaholic who has defined himself by his job for 20 years, that sudden stop was a shock to the system. Sources say that forced break was a health scare in itself. It forced him to sit in the silence, and when you sit in the silence, your body finally tells you how much pain it's in. The private fight wasn't against a virus or a broken bone. It was the fight against the crushing weight of expectation. It was the realization that he is mortal, that his time with his family is finite, and that the stress of the daily Donald Trump news cycle was literally making him sick. He was fighting a battle between his loyalty to his staff and his need to survive. Why this matters to you. Here is why this story hits so hard. You don't have to be a multi-millionaire talk show host to understand this feeling. How many of us are holding it together for our kids, our bosses, or our families? How many of us ignore the warning signs, the headaches, the fatigue, the anxiety, because we feel like we can't stop? Jimmy Kimmel is the poster child for the functioning burnout. He shows up, he smiles, he delivers, but inside, the engine is overheating. His health scare is a mirror. It forces us to ask, what is the cost of my hustle? The good news, resilience. So, why is the contract extension such a victory? Because it means he found a way to manage the fight. It means he looked at the fear, the exhaustion, and the trauma, and he didn't let it win. By signing on until 2027, Jimmy isn't just saying, I want more money. He's saying, I am strong enough to do this on my terms. He's proving that you can go through hell, medical scares with your kids, career crisis, and physical exhaustion, and come out the other side. Billy is healthy, Jimmy is back, and the fight, while private, has made him more human than ever. A final thought. Next time you see Jimmy crack a joke about politics or Matt Damon, don't just laugh. Take a second to appreciate the resilience it takes to stand on that stage. He's not just a host. He's a dad who has spent nights in a pediatric ICU praying for a miracle. He's a man who has faced the brink of total burnout and clawed his way back. He's one of us, And I, for one, am glad he's sticking around. What about you? Have you ever had a moment where your body forced you to slow down, even when your mind wanted to keep going? How did you handle your own private fight? Let me know in the comments. Let's support each other.